Paul Zelevansky. Paul.
Okay.
You want to play with? Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
Say hello to my little friend. This is about puppets and the way we project life and intention and will onto inanimate things, and why, some of the ideas about why we might do that. This guy, for instance, is thinking of us. Why do we think he's thinking of us? Aha, Hello Kitty, known for intense cuteness, but if you look carefully, she has no fingers, no mouth, and no feet, which suggests at the very least that she's passive, but even more than that, that she's completely vulnerable. So her cuteness is a product of that. A bush. Nature calls out to us. Nature embraces us. If you stand on the beach, in front of the ocean, there's this feeling, this pull into the ocean. Is that in our head? Or is that in what we're looking at? What we're looking at, okay. It's a quote. We respond to the moment, but at the same time we respond on its behalf. We answer for it. A newly created concrete reality has been laid in our arms, we answer for it. A dog has looked at you, you answer for its glance. A child has clutched your hand, you answer for its touch. Okay, well, what about objects that aren't in any sense puppets? Like this. Now, if I take it and I start to move it along and approach somebody, and make it growl, bark, it's easy to buy into it. But then if I put it on the ground, it just becomes another object, and maybe even a dead object. Okay, a wall with a sign on it. Is it a sign that somebody was there and was present, or does the wall have something to say? It's all a matter of what you project onto it, and again, it comes back to this idea of presence. Here you have, what's me, an earlier me, a monkey, and a man, and a puppet, and a puppeteer, wearing sunglasses, on vacation, in harmony. Something that we all, of course, want to have. Okay, a garbage can, or an old Mac garbage can, another quote. Ancestor, image, idol, fetish, talisman, amulet depend in their general conception upon the idea that the presentation of a god or a demon confers on the person who makes the image and who calls it by name the power to make use of it. It's amazing how adaptable the smiley face is if you play the right music. It can go from being simpering to deranged to very sad. Okay, now these are these figures in Japan called Mizuko Jizo, and what they're meant to do is to commemorate the death of fetuses, young women who have abortions, and there's no problem with having an abortion in Japan. They still want to commemorate, the death of the fetus, and you find these in cemeteries. Okay, stuffed animals. Unfortunately, whenever we have a huge massacre in this country, a gun massacre, a tragedy, stuffed animals appear, I would say, to suck up the pain. And whether that's an effective way to deal with pain and the problem, I don't know, but it's there. Cards, these are from a lotteria deck. This is about luck. What is luck? Where does luck come from? What do we think is controlling luck? Good and bad fortune. It's somewhere out there, maybe paying attention to us, maybe going to answer what we need. This brick, in 1968 in Czechoslovakia during Prague Spring, radios were outlawed by the Czech police and Soviet troops, and a group of artists started making radios out of bricks. And they didn't really function like radios, but they just looked like a brick with antennas, and the police confiscated them. For those of you that don't know, that's Keepon. It was developed by two CMU scientists, and it's become very popular, actually. Okay. Okay, this is a sign that I used to see on my way to teaching when I lived in Los Angeles, and it would become a marker every time I passed by it on the way to USC. And this character became part of my life and my ritual, and it always, of course, in that position, standing out on the street. Okay, this guy, he's on his way somewhere in a cave. We don't know who he is. We don't know how far he's come, or where and when he's going to get there. But he's a sign for us that we're getting near to the end of this presentation. The monkey and a man who are on vacation are now chilling out and having a beer, which is what I'm going to do when I'm done. And finally, we have a relationship between a traffic cone and a cat, trying to share the same space. Who is alive to who? Which is really what the question is overall. Thank you.